Up, up, arse. You're fine. She's like, oh, does that mean we're playing now? That's a big negatory, good buddy.
Porn girl. Now we just have to figure out how we get us both in the same screen. Ooh,
oh, I'm already in the same screen. It's share screen or hit gallery view.
Yes.
Ta-da!
This is exciting.
Oh, you know why? Because we're unapologetically dope.
Word.
Duchess is so like. Can we play now? Look at her. Look at her tail.
Oh, Duchess.
You hear Mel? You hear Mel?
Duchess.
This lighting is so bad.
Your lighting is better than mine. I look like I'm blue.
Well, you have your smaller lights on. I have like almost all the lights on in here, so to the overheads. Hold on. I gotta tell our peoples. Yeah, buddy.
They're in trouble now. This is the coolest freaking function, like for real.
I are on a Zoom call, which may or may not be posted later.
No, it will not. This is the test pancake, all right?
May not be. I can't multitask right now. I mean, I'm usually really pretty good about it.
What do you have, you dingbat? How in the hell did you get a magnet off the fridge? My cat is stupid.
Cat.
Not like stupid with a U, stupid with 2 O's. That's how stupid George is.
So that I always like to tell people that like I would put stupid for a lot of things, but I'm not saying stupid as in, you know, in a derogatory sense. I always say it with the 2 O's, meaning it's an endearing term. And I usually say it in my best Zach voice, which is, you're stupid. You're stupid. That's usually how I'm saying. So if you ever see that on my Twitter account, that's how I'm like saying. That's how I'm actually saying. Yes, stupid.
George, Porgy, Puddin' Pie, come here, say hi to Anne-Marie. Come here, big guy.
Oh God, how much does that cat weigh?
This one?
Yeah.
About 9 or 10 pounds. Maybe 8. I don't know.
Cat.
Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance. And I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat.
I gotta belch. It's like stuck, yo.
Oh, and he is not entertained. This is freaking cool.
I like your fashions picture. Your fashions. Your looky look with your.
It's a look.
With your scarf. It's a fantastic look. I thoroughly enjoy it. I want you to actually, you need to go somewhere. I don't even care where. Just outside, walk around with.
I'm going to wrap my whole head in it like a mummy.
That, you know, I almost posted, because you posted on Facebook that you said, say it with me, kids. Or you did it on Insta too. Say it with me, kids. Improvise. And I almost responded with, you spelled mummified wrong. But I was like, I don't know that she'll find that humorous or even get.
Oh, I think it's funny.
It is. It is. You doing all right, sis?
Yeah, I'm actually really, really good.
Good.
Yeah, I had gone off my antidepressant completely about a week before I went to see you, which I knew was going to be rough, which was probably a lot of the reason that shit went as badly as it did. But I came back and I got back on it. And the first week that I was back on was a little rough, but things finally evened out, and I feel better than I've felt in a long time.
Good.
Um,
Good.
uh, it helps when we've got sunny days and warm days when I can open the windows.
Yeah.
Because I can hear the birds and I can hear the dogs and I can hear the neighbors walking by and whatever. And it helped a lot to see that Sean wasn't moving into a shithole. I mean, his townhome is gorgeous. And then being able to get the man cave thing put back together, and get some stuff out of my living room out of my dining room stuff. There was so much crap out here, and it was just depressing me greatly. I would look at the mound of mail and be like, cool, I have no money to pay any of those bills. And now I don't have to look at it. It's in the other room, and I pay what I can pay, and I don't worry about it. So, but no, I'm doing really good, actually. How about you?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday was a tough day. I want to go back just a little bit though, because you and I are, of the same mindset that, we want to help as many people as we can. Trying to navigate the muddy waters of mental illness and really trying to, figure out how to find our own light and how to help others find their own light, right?
Yeah.
So, and part of that is, most of the time you guys, and because I know that, let's face it, this is going to get posted later because we know that it will, because duh.
I need my scarf.
You should probably get that so you can work that in.
I probably should.
Yeah, so anyway, most of the time that when people watch our vids, all two of you out there,
hello friend.
Fred,
look at how clean.
Not even friend, like half a friend. Look at that. In all fairness though, my love, I did not see it prior to that, so I don't really have a frame of reference. But I wanted to talk about while you're finding a scarf.
Yeah, I was getting my scarf.
That when you have a friendship that is as long as it has been for us, over 30 years. Is it over 30 years? It's 30 years this year.
30 years this year.
30 years this October. Holy buckets, y'all.
I know, right?
That's something, ain't it? It doesn't always, it's not always sunshine and rainbows,
No. And for those watching who thinks that it's all sunshines and rainbows, they should have been there on the trip.
Well, this is what I'm referring to. And we're not going to go into details about it because that's all done. But what I'm saying is, I think in 30 years, we've had what, 3 fights in 30 years?
We've had like little ones. See, you're trying to talk seriously, and I look like Mary Magdalene. All right, what in the hell?
Mary Magdalene, little scarf right there. Hold on. You. I love you so much. She's teaching you guys how to do a face mask in with a scarf. She could probably. Anyway, we've had
this way when I go out to the market, they won't know that it's me.
Like, right. We've had like little tete-a-tetes over the years, right? But like,
yeah, we've had like little,
like sisters do, right? But only 3 like really big ones. And I think for us, I got dog hair freaking everywhere.
That's all right. Look at all the cat hair on my shirt.
It's a little bit different than the picture that you had before, but I like it.
Because I'm trying to figure out how to make it into like a turban thing. But it's, yeah.
Anyway, I think the thing that helps us is that we understand how each other communicates, and that, well, in that you understand that I have to have the time to think and process
Yes,
and walk
I
away
do.
from things and
Yep.
go through everything,
Yep.
before I say anything. So I have to
Yeah.
assess everything and take it all in, and you say how you were feeling, and it's that give and take. And I think any relationship, as long as you have open, honest, calm communication, it doesn't matter if it's your friends, your partners, your co-workers, whatever it is. I fully and firmly believe in open, honest, calm communication. That's the only thing that works. That's the only thing that saves relationships, and in a listening to understand and not to respond. And I think
That's
anybody, yep, say it. What were you saying?
that's the biggest thing that I struggle with is having a response. And I do it to my husband, I do it to my kids, I do it to you, I do it to everybody. Um, because I don't know if it's a gift or a curse. I think it's a little bit of both. I anticipate what the other person is going to say because I'm such an empath. And a lot of times, especially in the last 5 to 10 years, it's been getting not so spot on with anticipating what they're going to say. So it's gotten a little rougher. So I'm really, really, really trying to work on that.
Do you find that to be? Do you find that to be that you're more open and able to kind of determine or understand what somebody else is going to say prior to what they're saying, if it's a new person that has come into your life versus somebody that has been a part of your life for a long time? Do you find it's
Okay,
closer? Do you find that it's the closer long-term relationships that you struggle with in being a little bit more spot on than you have been in the past in that? And like newer people that have come into your life, that's easier to navigate because it's a newer energy?
I think that it's easier to anticipate what a new person's gonna say.
Yeah.
Because that energy, like you said, it's fresh, it's new, and it's kind of like I'm referencing Twilight for lack of any better explanation, but
That's all right. That'll help some people out there.
yeah. So when Edward catches a whiff of Bella and he's like, whoo, like all of his senses come alive. That's the way it is for me when I'm around a new person. Like I can smell blood in the waters. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But for someone like you who's known me for 30 years, Kimmy who's known me for, oh my God, 40 years, Nate that I've been married to for 20 years, that kind of stuff, because we have adapted so slowly, and it's kind of like, God, I'm using all kinds of analogies tonight, but my brain is not real clear because I had to take some pain pills yesterday. But it's in the movie Pure Country, the buddy sits down with George Strait's character and he talks about the dancing chicken and how you turn the stove up slowly and the chicken starts to dance a little bit, and before you know it, it's burning its feet. Well, it's kind of similar with long-term relationships for me, because I don't notice that heat rising. I don't notice the stove being turned up. All of a sudden, I'm kind of like present in the moment, which I try really hard to be, but I'm not always that successful at it. But I look back, and especially like with Facebook memories and old diary entries and journals and blogs and things like that, when I can see a clear, tangible difference between how that person handled it before and how they're handling something now. When I can see that tangible stuff, it makes it easier for me to see the difference and recognize that we're not on the same wavelength anymore. And so we have to kind of like weave it back together. And it's hard because, you know, like you had said earlier with the two of us, we have been so two-brained or so one-brained for so long. When we were texting earlier, you and I said almost the exact same thing. I'm like, holy crap, that is the first, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but that's the first time that we have really like shared a brain in about 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, we've come up with similar ideas and
Sure.
things like that, but like that was one of those boom, holy crap, get out of my head kind of things.
Yep.
And that's been rare for us. And it's, you know, it's important to recognize, I think, that there's an ebb and flow even in 30-year relationships. You know, it's being not just in tune and self-aware, but being aware of the growth that the other person is having too.
Yep. Yep. Because, you know, in a relationship like that, you can get so accustomed to a certain, you know, comfortable and thinking that you know in a certain way, and maybe not be aware of what the other person has gone through or changes that they're going through, or, you know, how they've internalized a lot of things and have just come out with different, you know, views. And I think that's a lot of what my journey's been in the last 5 years, especially because, you know, I moved, you know, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've gone through a lot.
Just
not just, yeah. I mean, we'd go further back and how much I went through in this last decade.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
In the last 5 years, not just the moves, but you know, moving from Iowa to North Carolina to Texas to Indy back to Texas. So for those of you who don't know, Mel is in Iowa. My kids live in Iowa. I am currently in Texas. So I'm currently in Austin, in the Cedar Park area. It's Austin proper, actually. I'm like on that weird cusp of where Cedar Park.
People in Texas have asked me where you're at, and I'm like, so she's not quite Cedar Park, but she's not quite Pflugerville, but she's not quite like she's Austin. And they're like, but where in Austin?
Yeah,
like,
so
just go with it.
Just the Cedar, I always say that it's the Cedar Park area because it's like right there. Like if I turn the corner and drive like half a mile, it's like there. So I just say the Cedar Park area. I talk with my hands a lot.
So do I. And I don't look at the camera very often because I'm like, why? Okay, so people that don't know, on her Wednesday posts, when she's like doing her motivational post and she calls it Wata Wednesday,
yeah,
that's what she's doing.
That's exactly what it is. It's from a Bruce Lee post. Bruce Lee or like it's a Bruce Lee thing. So, and I always think of him as a warrior. And you know, did you know that I named my son after his son? Did you know that Brandon is named after Brandon Lee? Not very many people know that. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to go into a different topic about that, but that's going to have to be offline. That's going to. Anyway, she knows. She already knows probably what that topic maybe. Anyway, so that's neither here nor there, but I've moved a lot. And prior to that, I even moved a lot then. I mean, I spent like 12 years in Minnesota, a little bit in Wisconsin, that border, and then some time in Iowa, and some time in Cedar Rapids. Like, I've moved a lot.
Now, I did not know that you were in Cedar Rapids. 30 years of friendship, and I still learned something new.
Well, that's because we were kind of out of touch for a good chunk of when I was married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved you, but I hated him more.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. And I didn't tell you, not that this matters to these guys, but because we're going to go back to what we were talking about before a little bit. But he's actually in Iowa right now.
I thought I smelled something in the air. Like the IQ overall.
My kid's dad moved to Dallas like before Christmas.
Oh, my exes live in Texas.
That has absolutely nothing to do with why I'm here. Trust me, I think it's the other way around.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like 5 hours apart, so it's fine. At least my kids can come visit me, you know, and kill two birds with one stone. Someday.
Oh, if only we could kill that bird.
Someday, if this, you know, if and when this pandemic is, you know, done and over with, and we have gone to the other side of this. Part of what I also wanted to zoom, because I haven't done a vlog in a hot minute, and I'm usually talking about stuff like this, and we're usually deep diving on my vlogs, but it's so much better when I have somebody to talk about such deep.
You said I needed my scarf. I mean, it's a little bit John Travolta staying alive sweatband here, but hey.
Oh, y'all, you don't even know. It's funny.
What's sad is that the lighting in here is so bad. It's that kind of, if I just aim it right, you kind of can't really tell that I'm wearing a mask on the lower part.
No, I can tell. You can see it with the Muppet part of it.
That's weirding me out. It's steaming up my tail.
Oh, I love you so much. I love you so much, Ange.
Gina, listen here, Karen. Or you know, you're who the fuck am I? Am I Karen? Are you Susan?
I'm Susan. Remember, because the squirrel's got to be on the.
Oh yeah, hey, Susan.
Yeah, I gotta be Susan. I don't know why. Oh, anyway, we do this. It goes in and out.
This is every conversation.
This is
ultimately
even in our messenger conversations.
Oh yeah, we have 3 conversations going at the same time.
Yeah,
because we're catching up with 2 posts back because we're responding to one of them. Yep. And then another one will come up and I'll be like, fuck, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Random. It's like we have Tourette's.
Yep.
You just have the cleaner version.
Yep. What?
I said, you just have the cleaner version of Tourette's.
The cleaner version.
I throw a lot of fucks into my Tourette's.
Yeah, you cover those bases for me, so I don't really need to.
I cuss enough for the both of us.
I do. And the funny thing is, I used to swear, and she can attest to this, I used to swear like a sailor around her. Like,
those I bring out the best in people.
She does. My cheeks are flushed again. They're pink. I got like
this Nick Carter 1997 hair going right now.
It's fantastic. Oh my God. It's so great.
But then if I do this, I got like the John Knight hair going. So, you know, either way, it's kind of.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just love it so much. I was going to go
my leg hair may be longer than the hair on my head, though. I'm not going to lie.
I can't do it, dude. Like, I am not one of those, I'm not one of those no shave November kind of chicks. I'm not one of those women that I have to shave every other day. I have to.
Oh my God, I would have such razor burn.
No, I have to. Like, my legs are like dolphin smooth. Like, I have to. And I'm not, and I have to.
I almost posted that.
What?
I almost posted #dolphin smooth in that post on Facebook.
Yep. Dolphin smooth, baby.
I'm like, okay, there's like 12 people in my timeline that will know what the hell that means.
Freaking Cudlets, I love you so much. Michael Cudlets, I miss that mofo.
He's a mofo.
He is a mofo.
Right.
Anyway.
I'm alone, so that's kind of creepy.
I'm also not, I see all these memes about, what's the least used item in the house for women right now, and it's bras or whatever. I can't go without one.
I know. But this is why I am the yin to your yang.
I can't not. The girls have to be like secured. Like I just feel like
I have these suckers reduced for a reason.
They can't be.
Dude.
Oh, willy-nilly? They can't.
Which one's Willie? Your left one's Willie, right?
The left one. It's my favorite one. It's going to be the male one. Don't know. I don't know.
You were special.
I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know. I'm tired.
I look like my babsha.
We were going back to the deep dive. We were deep diving into some good stuff.
Oh shit, we were. I kind of have ADD. I totally have ADD.
Yeah, I'm verbose and tangential, so we know that it is. You just gotta hold on tight, kids. Just hold on tight. We're going for a ride. We don't know where we're going, but it's gonna be wicked fast.
Well, I wouldn't say that we're going for a ride. We're more like the plane that's just kind of sitting there on the tarmac waiting to take off.
Well, right now in this pandemic, we are. We aren't going anywhere. We're stuck. But these Zoom calls now.
I went to the bathroom twice today. I traveled further than I've gone in a long time.
My bathroom's right there. And I have the bladder like the size of a grain of rice, plus this whole kidney thing. So I gotta go. Otherwise, kidney stones and kidney failure. Stupid. Jeez. Thanks, Dad.
I'm just pissed that everybody's not staying home.
I know they are not smarticle people.
No. Nope.
And that is
somebody commented. Let me back up. Somebody had posted about our governor in Iowa and the governor of Arizona being like, I'm not going to tap out first kind of thing. And somebody commented, if you need the government to tell you to stay home, then you've got bigger problems than the government telling you to stay home. What did you just kill?
A gnat.
You put that much energy into a gnat? I thought it was like a freaking tarantula crawling across your
Oh, no, it's probably because it was like right by the speaker.
No, your arm was like, boom.
Oh, it was? Oh.
Yeah. What the?
Okay, carry on. You were saying, I'm sorry, I so really interrupted you.
I don't remember what I was saying. Where's the blooper reel?
Governor, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Somebody hand sanitizer.
Said,
hold up. Keep going.
If you have to have the government to tell you to stay home during a pandemic, then you have bigger problems than the government telling you to stay home during a pandemic. And it's like, I don't need people to tell me to stay home. I need someone in authority to tell these other morons to stay home.
Right.
Like, and I totally get, don't scream at me. I totally get that there's essential people and that there are some businesses that are staying open, whatever. But wear a mask. And I explained in my video earlier, I don't know if the same people will see this video, but I was wearing this and I was displaying another mask and whatever. But the masks that we're supposed to be wearing, like that was one thing that our governor did say, is if you have to go outside, wear a mask. And it's not because me wearing a mask is going to protect me. It's being considerate of other people so that if I'm carrying something, they don't pick it up. And I think that that's the selfless part that people aren't getting. They don't care.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's totally it's totally a generational thing. There's some people from all generations that are being stupid, and there's some people from all generations that are being very smart. But generally speaking, I think I've noticed that the younger kids who weren't told stories about, the flu epidemic in the teens and the 1900s, they weren't told stories by their grandparents. They didn't experience any rationing stories in their lives. They didn't, I mean, shit. Sean came home from work one day and he's like, Mom, I really think we need to go and get, 2 or 3 packages of toilet paper. And I'm like, dude, this is totally going to blow over. You are overreacting. And then next thing I know, I'm thankful that he went and he got the toilet paper, because otherwise I would be shitting into a napkin right now. Like, there's only so many McDonald's napkins that you can stuff down a sewer system. I have not reached that limit yet, thank God. And I also, so story time, then we'll get back to the serious stuff. So my friend, and I'm not telling you who it is, but my friend works at a department store, sells everything, groceries to clothing to automotive to whatever, works at one of those stores. And said person contacted me to help hook Sherry up with some toilet paper. And I'm like, shit, I got a dealer. I have a dealer for toilet paper, and I'm not giving anybody their name. I'd give up, like, if I was a pot smoker, I'd give up my dealer in a heartbeat.
Toilet
You
paper?
ain't getting toilet paper.
No, sir.
I have to laugh. I am hiding toilet paper right now.
Stop
hiding
it.
toilet paper.
Stop it.
I'm not hoarding a ton of toilet paper, mind you. I'm not.
You're hiding. It's different.
I'm hiding it because.
Remember where you hid it?
What's that?
Are you gonna remember where you hid it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. After I think about it for a while.
I love you so much.
This is the only time I'm silly.
Is what?
When I'm talking to you and there's a video camera in front of my face.
The video camera does not have to be on for you to be silly with me.
Well, this is true.
But if anybody read our messenger messages over the last hour and a half.
Thursday is going to be.
Yep, we're just going to leave it. Maybe.
No, it has to be epic. Sherry, do you hear me? It has to be epic.
It'll, regardless, it'll be epic.
Well, it'll be epic, but it could be epicer.
It could be most epic. Most
epic.
Most epic, for sure. I concur.
Epicest. That's my word for today. No, my word was improvise. My word, it's still 11. Okay, so my word for tomorrow is epicest.
Well, it's midnight. It's after midnight on the East Coast.
Okay,
It's so weird to be. It's so weird to be on the same time frame in the same time zone as you. That was an adjustment for me. Was to go back to Central Time after being on East Coast time for a hot minute. Just because my body's been perpetually on East Coast time for years. Years it always has. So this is just it's just been really weird.
So gotta go.
So you asked me, we're going back deep diving. We got a little tired.
I gotta get a time.
That's all right. We got a little tired of treading in the deep dive, so we went over to the shallow end for a little while so that we could get our footing back and put a little bit of levity into this. I should have had some like interlude music while you were doing that.
No, not really. It is kind of quiet in my house, though. It's freaking me out.
It's a little weird. My neighbors aren't yelling right now, so that's good.
Go in the bathroom, you can hear them better.
They were smoking weed earlier. God, that makes me so mad.
I don't think it's the ones on that side of you, though.
It's whoever. it might be downstairs. It's whoever's sharing the same ventilation system. Because it's like comes from right here, and then I can smell it over in the laundry room. So I just have to keep that door shut, and it's only like 2 times a day. Sometimes it's in the morning, but it's almost always around dinner time, and it makes me so mad. Like you do, you guys, like that's whatever. But when it starts to affect your neighbors and you're not mindful of the people around you, especially, it takes me forever to find a smoke-free community, and my nose is so like it's so sensitive to it, and it's like straight to migraine, and it's just so disrespectful, and that just makes me not happy. Hi.
Well, we're gonna find out how you introduced Duchess to the internet world, and I'm gonna weigh the cat.
Okay, she's gonna weigh the cat. This is Duchess, everybody. Can you say hi? Can you look? She's not really good at, she's looking at me because she's like, is it time for, she's trying to herd me into the bedroom. She thinks it's time for bed now. But that's Duchess. She is for those of you wondering, she's a lab pay. So she's a crossbreed. She's mostly Labrador Retriever. One moment, please.
Okay, so George is 11 pounds.
George is 11 pounds. Her cat is 11 pounds. One of her cats is 11 pounds. So I'm telling him about Duchess. So Duchess is, she's a lap pay, mostly Labrador Retriever, part Shar-Pei, and part Blue Heeler. So she's got the fun-loving, easy training lab part of her, long coat that sheds tribbles all over my floor right now.
What the fuck is a tribble?
What?
I've been curious.
It's from Star Trek.
Ah, that explains it. That explains it.
Where are my glasses to push up on my nose for the nerd alert? She's like, oh, that explains it. I don't need to say any more about that. Anyway, and then she also has Shar-Pei, which is protector and a bit of a fighter. She's not really a fighter, this one. Unless she thinks I'm
This one's 20 pounds.
Hello. Is that Kismet?
Yes.
Hey, Kizzy. Hi, Kizzy. And then, but she's also got Blue Heeler in her, so her natural tendency is to herd. And she's often herding me into bed. She knows. Or if she wants to be in the middle of any live videos, like right now, she's literally just like,
has she been there the whole time?
No, she keeps coming in and out. She goes in and out because if I don't go into the bedroom, it's past my bedtime. Well, past my bedtime according to Duchess. She'll go back into the bedroom for a little bit, and if I haven't appeared in the bedroom, then she'll come back out. I'm like, you coming in? It's time for bed, Mom. I'm like, come on, let's go. I think she's adjusting well to Texas. She definitely is happy that there's no ice or snow. Her paws are definitely happy about that. The weather's been really good here. I mean, it's been rainy the last few days, but it's been very comfortable, 60, 70 degrees. Tomorrow's supposed to be like mid-70s and partly cloudy, I think. But it's weird because like the other day it was like 80 degrees and then the following day was like 50. So I had to turn
we went from like on. 60 to 20.
Yeah. This is time of year, Mother Nature's menopausal, so she goes to heat flashes.
Yes,
and
she is.
So that's just what she does, Mother Earth. Anyway, so that's my dog. And I rescued her. She is, how long ago did I get her? 2 years? I was Indy for 3. I was Indy for a year before I got her. So I had her for 2 years. She was 3 when I got her, so she's 5. Well, we think she was 3 because I rescued her from a kill shelter. And she was scheduled to be put down the following day. And the second I met her, I was like, no.
She's so perfect for you.
Right?
She's the dopest dog. Like she is chill.
She is unapologetically dope, like my shirt said.
Indeed.
She is. I think she would really enjoy having a place to run a little bit more. I haven't had a chance to socialize her much. So she's really skittish. She's a nervous dog, so she doesn't like skittish things. So she doesn't do well with small dogs. But she came from a shelter
Does well with small dogs.
of bigger dogs. She came from a shelter of bigger dogs, so she's used to being around, you know, medium-sized, large-sized dogs. But it's the smaller ones, because they're so skittish and they're so unpredictable. She doesn't do well with that. Yeah, so I'd love to be able to socialize her so I could take her, you know, to dog parks and, you know, whatever. But that's
Maybe when all this craziness is over, you can take her to like an animal shelter and volunteer to walk the dog so that they can get used to other dogs as well. You'd be doing her and the other dog a favor.
I could do that. That was also a goal of mine moving here, was to not work as much. Dog hair everywhere since she's been
I'm
here.
sorry, who are you? What have you done with my cheese? Move my cheese!
We'll explain where that comes from too, because people are always like, did you just call her cheese? Do you know how many times you hear that? Like
A lot.
a lot. Did you just call her cheese? Yes, she did. That is a nickname. It's probably the most dominant
As is
nickname.
Lioness.
Lioness. Dancers is one. Dancers on the back of all my hats, but Wahlberg was the only one that called me that. So, but it stuck. And so cheese came from two reasons. My intense love of cheesecake.
I knew you were going to put that one first.
3 reasons. Did you know that I was going to put that in there? That was going to be the number one thing. I haven't had cheesecake in a hot minute, y'all. A hot minute.
It has been big, yeah.
I freaking want cheesecake. Dadgummit. Buckets of tap shoes. Cheesecake. And because my smile when I was younger, I used to be compared to like Marie Osmond, because she is like, it can be pretty pretty big, like, and that's a genuine smile when you get all the teeth. So not that I don't genuinely smile, but you know that I'm stupid happy if you get all the teeth.
No, but I can tell when you're not genuinely smiling.
And then Wahlberg. It just kind of tied everything together. And if you don't know that, that was his nickname, is still his nickname. So, and that love there. So we'll leave that there. But so just kind of,
Okay, wait.
we're just gonna suck it in the little pocket. Suck it in the pocket. We'll save it later. We'll pull it out later, you know, with the cheesecake. And some boxed wine.
Nay, you're gonna need a boxed wine?
So that's where that nickname comes from. And you're like the only, well, I take that back. Your Nate calls me cheese.
Yeah. He also calls you sis. Call your sister.
Yeah, he
That's
has
your
called me
sister.
sis. But yeah, it's never, when we were
Does
texting.
Mooch call you cheese?
No.
Really?
No, not really anymore.
Huh.
So, yeah, but so that just kind of playing into it. If somebody yells it across, I'll be like, as long as we're not in the grocery store, obviously, because that's somebody's probably just wanting some smoked Gouda.
Cheese!
You know? Some provolone, a little Swiss, a little Monterey Jack. This is my world.
Right.
Well, welcome to the world of a 6-year-old. Anyway, so there's cheese. So that's a little tidbit about me. We should ask each other some questions. Or if you guys are watching.
Books.
What?
I have books with all those weird freaking
questions?
weirdo questions.
Okay, so we'll pick out like 5 or 10 questions. Can you grab one of those books and we'll start talking about this? I don't know how long the Zoom's been going or how long we've bored people to tears. Does it tell you? Does it give you a how long we've been going?
Hang on. It does not.
Sweet. All right. Well,
but I did see something that like it only records for like 40 minutes or something, or you can only do it for 40 minutes. I don't know. Honest to God, I set up the thing and it's just like
we're learning as we go. This is our first Zoom. I feel like we've talked longer than that though.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. If we have to stop and start again and we piece it together and then I put that on the YouTubes, it's gonna be all fine. I'm only a little
Totally
bit
fine.
Totally fine. That's words that I live by. It's totally fine. And
How do you feel? Fine. Totally fine.
If you ever see that, if you ever see me like typing it and like just if you say it like this, it's totally fine. Everything is totally fine. That is exactly how I'm saying it as I type it. So if you ever see it, it's
and people wouldn't know that unless they've heard you say it.
Correct.
Because even I have read some of your tweets and your posts, and you're like, I'm reading them and I'm like, that's not the voice I'm hearing it in. Totally fine. It's more like that. Fine. Totally fine.
It's totally fine. And
like,
sometimes it's sarcastic, as in it
it's
really
like Ross and Friends. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
That is exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. So it's just said in a little bit of a calmer voice, a little bit more of a Janice voice. Totally fine.
You have to stop. I'm fucking done. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm throwing in my mask.
That's the first time I've ever tried that laugh.
Nailed it.
That was pretty good, huh?
It's annoying shit my bestie does for a 200, Alex.
I think that people who are very auditory, like me, can pick up accents and stuff like that pretty quickly. There's a couple
accents. I can't do imitations.
Impersonations. What did you say?
I can't. I can pick up on accents, but I can't do impersonations.
I gotcha.
And
sometimes most of the time I'm not even trying to do the accents and stuff and like little characters and stuff but that's the first time I tried. I went pretty well. That went pretty well.
Yes, I did.
What were we talking about? Did you grab those books?
Haven't left camera.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we close this video down and then we can splice the other one back in?
Okay, so we'll shut the Zoom down. I'm gonna post this, but as you guys are watching this, and we're gonna answer some questions. But if you guys watch this and there's questions that you guys want to ask us, feel free to comment. I'm gonna post this on.
Put them in the comments.
Put them in the comments.
Don't be a dick.
And don't be a dick. And if you could also comment the word. Percolator. That would be great.
Percolator. It's fun to say. Percolator.
Later. We got to find a different word though for the prize. Somebody did comment and they should get.
I know, it was Jody.
Jody, we should send you a percolator as a prize.
Hey, sell that shit anymore.
I don't know. If you guys
I don't even have a blender. You know what? I need to piss somebody off so I get a parting gift.
For either of us, that's pick somebody. I mean, I'm sure you could probably piss somebody. I don't know how, but who knows? I could
throw a rock and piss somebody off within a distance of me.
Just
exactly.
Anyway, we'll post this if you guys have any questions as you're watching this. Otherwise, you're going to check out.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. We never really did get back to the serious part of the conversation, so we'll hit that up a little bit more in the next video too.
Yep. So I'm gonna try to post this right quick. Upload this while we're getting ready to do this next one. Okay. Okay. Peace out, Pib Nuts. Love you. Bye. Are you gonna shut this down? You're the host.
Oh wait. You have to stop recording, dipshit.
How do I know these things? Hold on. Okay, bye.